this is Munson from Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Raging Fire by Phillips. And it starts out with this cool little intro. Like if you wanted to kind of follow those notes here, you could start out open G, second fret on the G, open B, and then third fret on the B, and then second fret on the G, open B, second on the G, open G. And we almost kind of start that over again, kind of that O2, O3, 2, O2, O2, O3, and then you might want to kind of play just the 2 on the G, and then open B, kind of at the very, very end. Now you could kind of back that up with bass notes and make it almost like a 2-part. So you could start with the third fret on the low E string, kind of a G note for the open G string, to the third fret on the B, and then play the third fret on the low E again. And then second on the G, O to O, and then we could do open E for the open G. And then third fret on the A string is kind of a C note, and then kind of that 2, O, 2, O. And then we go back to the third fret on the low E for the O, 2, O, 3, and then low E for the third, and then 2 on the G, open B, if you wanted to kind of follow those notes. So kind of a G, A, B, D, G, A, B, A, G, E and G, A, B, D, C, A, B, A, G, G and G, A, B, D, G, A, B, kind of playing around with those notes through the intro. Or you could back that up with chords, and you could start on a G major chord. And then we play G major, first finger goes to A on the second fret, second finger on the low E string third fret, and third finger on the high E string third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E string third, working that for your G major. We end up doing 2 of the G majors, and then we go to an E minor chord when we play E minor. First finger goes to the A second fret, second finger on the D string second fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of making that an E minor 7. And then from the E minor we go to a C major chord when we play C major. First finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the A string third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on C's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the first finger and make that a C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string third for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of work that for your C major 9. And then from the C we go back to our G major chord, kind of through our intro. And in kid work, this is kind of a down idea, kind of a G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, E minor, C, and I'm kind of adding a little bit of muting to that to make that a little bit sneaky. Or what you could add a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You got down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So we tried that through our intro. We'd have G, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, C, down, up, G, G. Or what it sounds like through the recording is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And if you're kind of interested in this, what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I think really matches the recording really well is a down, up, down, up, down, up, 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do a down for 1 and an up on 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, down. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 1, up, 1, up, up. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, either one of those strum patterns or even switch back and forth. So we tried that between on our first verse. We have kind of that G, into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus kind of just big downs on this part. Actually, we got kind of a big E minor, but then we go to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now, while you're on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger and make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D suspended chord and kind of say some things around the D chord. Or you may want to kind of gravitate towards a D major with an F sharp in the bass. Actually kind of helps point to the G chord. So you could kind of take your thumb and kind of add it in on the low E 2nd fret. That's called a D slash F sharp, or a D with an F sharp in the bass. Or you could readjust your fingers and do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the high E 2nd, pinky on the B string 3rd for D slash F sharp. Or, since that's a really quick change, you may want to use a D sus slash F sharp, where you do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for kind of a D idea. And then we go to kind of a big hit on the G, and then we do a big hit on the C, and then on the G, and then on the D. So through that whole pre-chorus part, you got kind of the E minor, D slash F sharp, G, C, G, from there, then we'd be going into our chorus part, which we could do with just the down, down, up, up, down. We're kind of mixing up the E minor, C, G, D. So we got E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, okay, E minor, kill the string on that last D actually in the chorus. And then from there, then we almost go into almost an intro return, actually, where we kind of got our G twice and an E minor and a C kind of from our intro. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G, you have low E for the bass. On the E minor, you have low E for the bass. On the C, you have the A for the bass. And on the D, you have the D for the bass. Unless you're doing the D slash F sharp, in which case you have the low E for the bass. Bass, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through that little piece of that intro. We'd have kind of that G, bass, down, down, E minor, low E bass, C with an A bass. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you can add basses to that and kind of make it a bass, up, bass, up, down, down, kind of. That intro return, we'd have kind of that G, E minor, bass, up, down, C bass, up, bass, up, down. And then from there, then we'd be going into our second verse. And our second verse kind of cuts off one of the G's, actually kind of at the end of our first middle way through the phrase. So if we try that with our bass, down, up, we have G with low E bass, G with low E bass, back into our pre-chorus part. So back to our E minor, D slash F sharp, D, C, G, D, to lead us into our second chorus. And you can really work that either way, kind of that E minor, C, then we go into kind of like our little intro return again, kind of that G, C, to lead into our next pre-chorus, which is almost like a bridge because we end up repeating that whole idea twice. We got E minor, D slash F sharp, G, C, G, D, and then we do it again. E minor, D slash F sharp, G, C, chorus. And on our last chorus, actually at the very end, actually kind of an outro idea, there's this cool little rhythm that kind of creeps in. If you wanted to kind of follow that, it'd be kind of a down, 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 down idea on each chord. So going down, 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 kill it, and kind of following that rhythm. You'd have E minor, C, G, D, if you wanted to kind of follow that idea. So we tried that through the last chorus. We have the E minor, C, E minor, C, G, E minor, myself, I'd really want to play a G at the very end, kind of make people clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Raging Fire by Philip Phillips. So, good luck!